The crew has officially arrived for USA basketball camp in North Carolina. We got Caitlin Clark pulling up. We got Caitlin Clark and AB. We got Rickea Jackson, Dearica Hamby, CC and AB.
New negotiation tactics don't really apply anymore. This isn't just about leverage or strategy. It's about the future of women's basketball. And now, the one player who truly fills arenas has made it clear she won't stand by while the league is put at risk. Here's what's actually happening and why it matters. The WNBA and the WNBPA have been locked in CBA negotiations for months. The original deadline was pushed to October 30th, and now we're staring at January 9th. Fans are left wondering whether there will even be a 2026 season after more than 140 days of back and forth. This is where things start to unravel. Several of the same people negotiating on behalf of players are also signing contracts with competing leagues. Members of the WNBPA board, who are expected to negotiate in good faith, are directly involved with Unrivaled and other 3-on-3 ventures. These are rival products. That's not a gray area. That's a conflict of interest, plain and simple. You're telling fans that the owners and faces of a competing league are also helping determine whether the WNBA season even happens? That's hard to justify. For months, people have been waiting for someone real to speak up. Not a carefully worded press release. Not a union spokesperson repeating talking points. Someone with real influence. Someone who could actually change the conversation. That person finally spoke, and it was Caitlin Clark. Fresh off her injury at USA basketball camp, she stepped to the microphone and said what many had been thinking but no one with power had voiced. Her message was simple and direct. We need to play basketball while continuing to fight for what we deserve, because that's what fans want. Translated plainly, stop playing games. The product is the WNBA. Not off-season exhibitions. Not 3-on-3 side projects. The real value comes from playing meaningful games in packed arenas. She didn't stop there. She acknowledged that compromise is possible. Maybe it's not a 5-year deal. Maybe it's a shorter CBA, 3 years. Then revisit negotiations once the league has grown even more. But the season has to happen. That's leadership. She understands something critical. You can't negotiate a bigger slice of the pie if you burn down the bakery. The WNBA just completed its most successful season ever. Ratings shattered records. Attendance exploded. A $2.2 billion media deal was secured. Expansion franchises are selling for around $250 million SOY. Risk all of that momentum now. The league's offer includes a $5 million salary cap, max contracts approaching $1.5 million with revenue sharing, and annual raises tied to expansion. The union argues that revenue sharing only gives players 10 to 15% of total league revenue, that housing subsidies may change, and that training camps could start earlier. But here's the disconnect. While some leaders are playing 3-on-3 games in half-empty gyms and signing contracts with leagues that don't even provide housing, they're willing to jeopardize an entire WNBA season over housing concerns. Caitlin Clark sees straight through it. She knows the recent explosion in interest is being driven by sold-out arenas, primetime coverage, and record ratings. Much of it centered around her. Expansion fees skyrocketed because networks and owners saw the demand. And she's essentially saying, I'll bring the fans back, I'll deliver the ratings again, but you have to let us play. What no one wants to say out loud is this: delaying the WNBA season benefits competing leagues. Every month without WNBA basketball is free marketing for Unrivaled. If the WNBA is running on schedule, very few fans are choosing 3-on-3 in February. But if there's no WNBA season, that alternative becomes the only option. That's not negotiation. That's a takeover strategy. And Caitlin Clark just called it out, without naming names, without attacking anyone, by saying the quiet part out loud. Not everyone at the table is acting in the league's best interest. The timing matters too. She said this surrounded by fellow players at USA basketball camp. Not union executives. Not board members. The player generating the revenue is the one demanding that games be played. Fans noticed. Social media exploded. People had been waiting to hear where Caitlin stood, and she made it clear. WNBA basketball matters. Everything else is secondary. That puts enormous pressure on the union. When the league's biggest draw says compromise is necessary and the season must happen, it becomes much harder to argue that canceling games is fighting for what players deserve. CBS Sports even framed it bluntly. The WNBA is once again at risk of undercutting its own product. Yes, players deserve more. But respect isn't earned by stalling progress. It's earned by delivering something so valuable the market has no choice but to pay for it.